Hi. Today I thought, why not show y'all a breakfast rice meal that it really does hit the spot. It's a really delicious option. Um, I try to eat it frequently because it turns out that if you cook rice a little al dente, it has a bit of a cleansing effect. It'll sort of like what a toothbrush does for you. It'll detox your intestine. So this recipe is actually extremely helpful as well as very tasty. So here in the list of ingredients, you can do just as much as you want to. It's equal parts plain rice and water, salt to taste, cinnamon to taste, nutmeg just a little bit. Use it sparingly because, of course, nutmeg is a very intense flavor. And of course, brown sugar makes it very delicious. I've come to use ingredients in these amounts because for our household, we just do it this way. For the two of us, it works out really well. So we've got the rice in that amount. It's a cup and a tablespoon and a teaspoon, which is kind of funny, but that's just what I've learned really works for us. The water, same amount, the cup, tablespoon, and teaspoon. And then, of course, after it's cooked, you'll add the toppings. While it's cooking, you'll do the other stuff. You'll put the salt in. Actually, I'll put the salt in first and then the water. That sounds like the best idea. You know what I should do is show you how to cook it. Oops, that didn't go as planned. All right, so to do that, you want to add the water to high heat, add the salt to the water, bring the water with salt to a hard, heavy boil, and then you put the burner setting all the way down to low. Then you'll add the rice. Cover and simmer no more than 10 minutes or until the water looks like it's ready. You can stir it in there if you want to the whole time or just let it with the cover on, simmer. And after it's ready, add all the desired flavor options to taste. And of course, you'll want to enjoy them. I usually use a 1/4 teaspoon of the salt. And then, of course, I've got the water. Ooh, this is kind of tricky. Got it. Those ones. Oops, there goes the cinnamon. And the water, our poor measuring cup. I couldn't find the handle for it. And this goes to high setting. So I'll let that boil. Let me stir the salt in a little bit. And y'all can use, I prefer sea salt. It's the best quality no matter what. But y'all can use coarse or fine. Either way, that's fine. But sea salt is the absolute best salt for your health. It tastes really good too. So we've got the water. Bring that to a boil. And let me just get these ready. It's literally a watched pot. Let's see what happens. This is so curious. Oh my gosh. And honestly, while it's cooking, I thought maybe I'll read my vegan manifesto for y'all. So I've got that here written down, and I'm looking forward to that while this is simmering. Holy yikes, it really does take a really long time. Even though the heat is so intense, I can feel it from where I am. Wow. Come on, you can do it. I know, it's so difficult. All the unnecessary added pressure. How will we perform? There it goes. I almost want to just start right now, but I'll wait. All right, that's a good boil. So now I'm going to turn it all the way down to low. All the way. And then I'll add these. Here you go. Stir these in there. Whoops. Wow, let me just try not to break my kitchen. All right, so while we watch this pot cook and make sure that the kitchen doesn't burn down while I'm doing that, I'll read my vegan manifesto. A matter of determination. Animal sentience aside, there are numerous opportunities to support consideration of embrace of the maintenance one must endure as an authentic vegan. I've often wondered if accepting other responsibilities, irrespective of veganism, would in fact impact the cause of my purest intent. I observe raptly during any opportunities available, political activism where environmental concerns are the topic. And I have very soberly, very deliberately confronted possible methods to utilize as solutions regarding not just potentially easy and accessible example imagery for other enthusiasts to enjoy, but also as a way to bring relevant facts of valid arguments that affect not just animal advocates, but also those of us who realized that humans definitely need to have thought and maybe even more intelligence if their ambitions for success are going to be even vaguely valuable. I remember a large fish our dad brought home from a fun trip one time, and before he put that fish into the icebox, he laid it down across the kitchen counter where it waited for just a little while. This brief moment was enough somehow for me to take a closer look at the catch, which was definitely something that drew my curiosity. And for some reason, I simply could not stop looking at its poor, lifeless eyes. They seemed like they had been so very wrongfully mistreated. I definitely didn't have any intention of adding to the injustice by eating from this fish's carcass. And I didn't. Thankfully, while my family turned a blind eye to my decision to abstain from eating the fish, I realized I had stumbled into quite a gargantuan crossroads in my life regarding what it actually means to relevantly maintain sincerely moral ethics. This experience dramatically intensified my determinations where considering the existences of other beings is relevant. And as someone who seeks to connect benevolently among other living identities, I can implore that any listeners keep their optimism options available, referencing what giant beasts such as gorillas are actually known for. Not that I myself have personal experience, but I hope to bring delightful information to your attention and that you'll enjoy the new or perhaps the tried and true knowledge that I enjoy. And I'm convinced that I'll be blessed if you choose to do so. As my friend. May the truth empower us to embrace real, indubitable change for his cause. In the name of Jesus, peace. All right, let me check on this. It definitely needs a little bit more time. But yeah, like I said, for our household, the two of us, my fancy guy and I like to add these toppings. I've got 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, just a pinch, a small pinch of nutmeg, because this stuff is really powerful, and the cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon. And that's perfect for our needs. And it'll give me something like what you see here. That's my breakfast bowl. It's perfect. For me, that's perfect. And it tastes really, really good. The texture, I can't lie. It's surprisingly enjoyable, like really good. Peace, y'all.